Hey everybody, this is Cooking with Mario and Claire. Mario's not here today, and I'm going to show you a recipe that I found. It's called coconut milk braised chicken. I've never done this before, and I thought it would be a quick, easy recipe that I can show you to do. So here we have the ingredients. We have chicken legs, and you could use chicken thighs if you wanted to, but you probably need the bone-in meat. A little bit of ginger. You only need a 2-inch piece, so only part of this. A little bit of curry paste, which comes in red or green. You need some cloves of garlic. It calls for 6. I thought these were kind of large, so I'm going with 4. And I know my friend Carol would probably do 2. So you don't want too much garlic. Okay, and then we have coconut milk and lemongrass. And this is going to be my first time using lemongrass. So here we go. So I turn the oven on to 400 degrees, and you need a 3-quart baking dish. This is an old one that we had of Martha Stewart. It's not a Le Creuset, but you can get them at Walmart or any other store. So it's just, if you don't have this, you just need something that is oven proof, that will make it in your oven at 400 degrees. And it's going to cook for about 60 to 75 minutes. So this really would be a great dish to make on a weekend. You throw it all together, you put it in the oven, you walk away, you do a bunch of things, and then you can come back and have lunch or dinner. Okay, so here we go. So we have the chicken, and what we're going to do first is we're going to stir in the coconut milk. Draw those in pretty easy. And then you need 2 tablespoons of the paste. So my measurement obviously will not fit in here, and I have these cute little spoons. So we're going to go ahead and measure that out for 2 tablespoons. Again, if you're thinking you don't like this, you could do 1.5, but this is where a lot of your flavor is going to come from. So give it a try. It's not hot or spicy, so if you're not into spicy foods, which I am not either, you're safe. Okay, so you're going to put that together and then stir it up. I'm a whisk girl, so I'm going to go ahead and grab one of my whisks. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing gloves and they don't fit me because they're Mario's. These are a size large. I wanted to say, one of the difficulties in cooking, especially like with these strong flavors, with garlic and ginger, things that stick around, is that can be a little, annoying. It can keep you from cooking in the kitchen, because you don't want to cook and walk away and then feel like you smell like the kitchen. Feel like you smell like onions or garlic or things like that. These are great. We got them on Amazon. They are safe for food, and they're amazing. So you can go ahead and do all your cooking and touch your chicken and do everything else. You just pull them off, wash your hands, and walk away. It's really, really nice. So I really encourage you to get a box of these. They're not expensive, and they're wonderful to use in the kitchen for so many things. Okay, so here we go. Basically, we're just whisking to combine it so you don't have big clumps of the curry. But it's all combined in. The curry paste is very soft, so it combines super easy. And then there you go. That's all you need. Can you see that? We just have kind of a little bit of a green liquid now. Okay, so then what we're going to do is season our chicken with salt. I have not touched the chicken yet, so I can go ahead and touch my salt. And they said just to go easy because there's salt in the curry paste, and so you don't want to salt things too much. This is a great way. Again, you're cooking at home. You can use as much salt as you want to. If you are sensitive to salt, then maybe don't, salt the chicken even a little bit less, okay? So we've salted the chicken, and we're gonna place it here in the baking dish. I don't know what happened with all my other ingredients. I did read the instructions before I started. Okay, so we're gonna throw it in here, and basically they want you to spoon everything else over to coat them. So we're going to go ahead and make sure they're nice and coated in the liquid. I could use my gloves for this. This would be a good time, but I need to touch that garlic and ginger, and I don't want liquid all over the place. And Mario uses the gloves so much we're a little bit low. We need to order some more, so I don't want to take those up. Okay. Okay, so I forgot to put the other ingredients in. I didn't see them. That's why I was wondering, when am I gonna put my garlic and my ginger in? But it's fine, I have lots of room here. So this is the beauty of doing something for the first time. And I read the directions several times. Okay, so here's your garlic. You're gonna want to get that outer skin off. Again, this is great for the gloves. Don't do what I was just about to do. That'll slice your thumb off. So keep your fingers away, nice and tucked up. You just wanna get that little hard edge off of the bottom so that you can get this outer part out. There are lots of tricks for getting the outer shell of the garlic off. A lot of things out there, but one of the best ways to do is to smash it. And that's actually what this recipe calls for. So you go like that, and you smash. And when you smash, the outer covering will come off also very easy. Okay, so there's one. Go ahead and use this knife. Okay, get the hard part off. And smash. There we go. Make sure there's none of the hard bits from the outside in. And the great thing about doing your garlic this way is that nobody will eat the garlic. You'll be able to pull it out when you're done, which is a kind thing to do because there's nothing worse than biting into a huge chunk of garlic. So it'll flavor your dish, but you won't have to be eating big chunks of garlic. Okay, so that is 4. It calls for 6, so if you have little ones, you can go ahead and put in 6. If you're really a garlic person, go for it. So this calls for 2 inches of ginger. I'm gonna go about there. I'm not gonna measure. I like ginger. I would say there's certain ingredients here that you could probably keep out, but after a while then, you know, you're not gonna have the flavor of the dish that you need. So I'm trying to find a strong spot here. So basically you're just gonna cut the outer part off. Now with ginger, you can actually buy this in a jar. So if this is not the step for you and you want one step easier, please go ahead and you can buy that. All right, so we're gonna be cutting here. Yes, we're trying not to cut too much of the garlic away, but we're obviously get this hard outer rough part out. Okay, so there we go. There's our piece. And so the recipe calls for it to be smashed. So this will be a first time. I've never smashed ginger. So let's see how well this goes. Ooh, it did smash. Look at that. So just like the garlic, it'll release all the oils and then that just goes in like that. And then your last piece is the lemongrass. Oh, my oven's ready. So it said to take off the hard outer parts. This is my first time doing this. So this will be interesting for all of us concerned here. Okay, so I think that's the hardest outer part. We're gonna find out, I'm sure. And I've seen this done on TV where basically you have to smash it. So it says, and lightly crushed. So 2 stalks lightly crushed. I can't imagine we're gonna put this whole thing in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to take part of this, because I don't think all of that is gonna fit into my pan. Now, if you're used to working with lemongrass and you have some advice, go ahead and leave it for me, because clearly I haven't used it. Okay, so this is my knife that I'm gonna use. We also have a cleaver, and that would be a great choice too. But I've already gotten this knife dirty, so. Okay, so, oops. I think you should do it that way. I think that way desecrates it's a little bit too much. This, I think, is a good smashing technique. Okay, I think that's pretty well smashed, and I can smell it. So, ooh, that does smell really, really good. Okay, so again, you're not going to be eating this, so I would just toss that all in. You're not going to be worried because nobody's going to choke on it. It's a large piece, and it's going to go all in. Okay, so here we go. All right, make sure I got all of the tough outer parts that they were talking about, but I don't want to lose. That smells so good. Okay, and that goes in. So we double check. We have coconut milk, curry paste, lemon stalks, ginger, the garlic, and the chicken thighs, and some salt. And so there is everything in the bowl. What do I do with my spoon? Oh, there it is. And then again, we're just gonna pour some of the milk over. All the other pieces are quite large, so I would just wanna get them buried in the liquid. So as this braises, all those flavors will be in the coconut milk. Now, as this cooks, you will have to pour some of the liquid over it a few times. So if you have somebody in the house, they can certainly help you with this task. It's not something that you have to do. Okay, and then we're gonna put it in the oven with the lid off for 60 to 75 minutes. And in between, you're going to spoon some of the liquid on to keep it moist. It says in there, if the bottom starts to get a little bit dry, you can put a little bit of broth or water in there. You do not want this to bake or to braise dry. Okay? So here we go. Okay, no comments on my oven. It's quite dirty. It needs to be cleaned. Okay, and it's at 400 degrees. And that's it. And so now I can take my gloves off and my hands are perfectly clean and they don't smell of garlic or raw chicken. And I'll see you guys in 60 to 75 minutes. All right, here is the chicken. I checked it after 20 minutes. And I'm gonna go ahead and give them a flip. So I still have quite a bit of liquid in here. I went ahead and cleaned the spoon, just so you know, so it doesn't have raw chicken or anything on it. So just go ahead and give them a flip. It still looks really good. It has enough liquid, and then I'm gonna put them back in for another 20-25 minutes. Hi everybody. Okay, the chicken has been cooking for 45 minutes. This is the second time that I've checked on it. And so you want to take a look. You can see how well it's cooking. We still have a good amount of liquid, so I'm not worried about that. If you should get low on the liquid, you can add a little bit of water by the tablespoon, it said, because you really do want a little bit of a sauce for this chicken when you're all done with it. And that's it. I went ahead and turned them over. Still plenty of liquid. So that's at 45 minutes. It's supposed to go for 60 to 75 minutes. The way the chicken's looking, I think I'm gonna be closer to 60 minutes. I think it's looking pretty good. It's starting to separate from the bone. And so that means I'll check it in another 15 minutes and see how it is, because clearly I don't want to overcook it and dry it all up. We'll see you in 15 minutes. Hello. Okay, so we ended up at 65 minutes here, and I think it looks really good. So you want to take a quick look. You can see they're brown, but I still have some nice liquid in here. Now remember, you have the garlic, the lemongrass, and the ginger in there. So you definitely, as you pull these out, and you can see, look, see how it's pulled away from the bone there? I mean, it is cooked well, and I would serve this with rice. If you're not a rice eater, you can even serve it with a little naan if you want something to dip it in. I'm trying to think, I guess you could do a pasta, but really it is more kind of a rice dish, but anything you want, any type of grain you want, I don't see why you couldn't use a quinoa, something like that. So whatever you like, and I think it just looks amazing. It really didn't take me very long. I think it's gonna be super, super tasty and filling for everybody. Hope you enjoy it.